Wife secretly lived an open relationship, spent $30,000 on her lover's card, and lied to everyone. Now she's desperate to keep it out of court. Too long. Didn't read. OP is 30 male and married to Emily 28 female. They've been together since high school and have had a great marriage up until now. Emily is a successful hair and makeup artist who owns her own business which mostly caters to weddings. A lot of her success is due to John, 40M, a wealthy local business owner who has sent her a lot of work, and contacts OP sees a message preview from John to Emily about how incredible the previous night was. Emily had worked late. OP then finds more evidence of other meetings, and discovers expensive jewelry and clothes which he had not purchased and written off as gifts from high-end clients. OP also realizes Emily does not love John but enjoys the lavish gifts and perks he provides. She never replies to John's loving messages, reminds John he should love his wife, and still treats OP as a loving best friend. OP is broken and will file for divorce. Emily is unaware he knows about the affair. Update 1. OP asks Emily CYA questions about their relationship, and she admits he has never abused her or cheated on her, and she wishes they made love more. They spend Christmas at her parents' house, and a gift arrives for Emily from Santa, with a very expensive gold bracelet. Emily is visibly annoyed and tells everyone it is from a bridal client. She later has an angry phone call while gesticulating wildly. On New Year's Eve, Emily has to work late to deal with a bridezilla, but promises to be back for their annual kiss at midnight tradition. She arrives at 1:30 a.m. sobbing profusely. OP asks what happened and she says she is just sad because she missed their kiss. I asked her if she had anything else to tell me. She assured me that she didn't. I asked her point blank then if she cheated on me. She swore up and down that she didn't, and that she was upset because she missed the countdown. Because since we have been married, we always kissed each other when the clock struck midnight. I gave her every opportunity to come clean, and she still lied to me. OP begins searching for attorneys while Emily is still unaware he knows. Update 2. OP finds new communications from Emily warning John. OP suspects something. Emily tells John they need to stop, and it is not fun anymore, and she doesn't want to lose her marriage. John mentions she should still use the credit card he gave her to hide their activities. Emily also messages her best friend Bev, who has known of the affair and apparently has supported Emily through it. OP finds a good attorney and his dad helps pay for it. The attorney says the next step is to find a PI to get more evidence, and the attorney will subpoena the credit card. She also recommends beginning therapy. Emily loves bombs OP and talks about starting a family. OP has complicated emotions switching between anger, disgust, and missing wanting her. But overall he is miserable. Emily now suspects he knows something. Update 3. OP hires a PI who then follows John. On Valentine's Day, John leaves flowers and a card at Emily's business. Emily throws them in the dumpster, and the PI retrieves them. The card has graphic details of their affair, e.g. John trying to win her back by describing his favorite parts of her body, and what he does with them. The PI later sees Emily meet with John in a parking lot, and seemingly end the affair. Emily will be served soon. OP begins love-bombing her to show her what she will lose. OP has determined he is completely ghosting her once she is served. Update 4. Too long didn't read. Emily is served at her business, and she freaks out. OP sends a letter to family and friends describing her affair and includes John's graphic letter. He then messages Bev's husband, and lets him know that Bev supported the affair. OP leaves a note to Emily, lawyer contact info, and photos of her affair, then leaves the house before Emily arrives. Emily messages him over and over saying they were supposed to get through this, and she loves him. He ghosts her. Emily now knows he knows. This is major event, so OP's post is included here. I left Emily. We got the divorce papers, summons, petition, standing orders, etc. The PI, acting in his capacity as a process server, wore a body cam for obvious professional reasons, and I was able to look at the footage when he came by my hotel room later on in the afternoon. The PI walked up to Emily who was sitting at her station and chatting with the other stylists who work for her. He showed her a manila envelope and told her he had legal documents for her, and she had been served. Emily of course looked shocked and confused, and just stared at him, gobsmacked. The PI clarified that the envelope contained legal documents regarding a divorce case filed against her, and he told her she should review them and contact her attorney. Then he dropped the documents at her feet with a satisfying slap as they hit the ground since she refused to take them and told her she's still been served. He then told her to have a nice day and walked out. Morgan Freeman narrator voice, Emily didn't have a nice day. I could hear her hyperventilating as the PI left and saying, "What? What is this? Really, Emily? You're actually surprised?" I was at home, and after the PI called and said he was heading in to serve her, I called Emily's dad. Since my mom died, I had, probably unwisely, been treating her mom, my mother-in-law, like a mother. I just couldn't talk to her. I told Emily's dad about the divorce. I tried to keep it very simple and quick. Emily cheated on me. We're getting a divorce. I'll send you an email shortly with evidence of the affair. I stressed that Emily was being served divorce papers today, so she would absolutely need their support, and they should head over to our house immediately. Emily's dad acknowledged that and said that he hoped we could find a way through this, and it would be a shame to break up our family. I guess Emily's mom was nearby and overheard because she took the phone from him, put it on speaker, and asked if this is true. I explained to her about the cheating and the email with the evidence they'll receive. She started crying and apologizing to me. Since this thing started, she was the first person close to me who apologized to me. I was reminded of my mother, who always would comfort me when I was down, and I just broke, y'all. I started tearing up and croaked out, "I have to go," and hung up on her while she was saying, "No, wait." I had packed up my work laptops and got a lot of my clothes in 2 large suitcases. On the advice of my attorney, I took down the cameras in the bathrooms and bedrooms when I left. But the cameras in the common areas can remain because my dad is the owner of the house. I packed the cameras up in my suitcases too. My lawyer sent the subpoena to the credit card company on Monday when I pulled the trigger on my marriage. I wrote an email to Emily's dad and sister and to some mutual friends who know both of us, including Bev's husband. It said, "I never thought I'd be writing this. But after everything that's happened, I don't see another choice. I wanted you to hear it from me directly so that there's no confusion or misinformation. Emily has been having an affair with a man named John, last name. I have evidence, emails, financial records, and an investigation that confirms it. I think we all know that her bracelet gift from Santa was not from a client, because the client would have identified themselves by name, and clients don't know her parents' address. She's been meeting John and hiding it from me for months. I know this is painful to hear, and trust me, it's even more painful to write. But I didn't want you to be blindsided by all of this later. I'm attaching a few things to this email that make it clear what's been going on, and to head off any of your concerns about the truth of my statements. I know this is shocking, and I don't expect you to take sides. I just want you to have the truth. I love Emily, but she's broken our marriage beyond repair, and I have no choice but to move forward with a divorce. Mother-in-law's name. Mother-in-law's name. Mother-in-law's name. Mother-in-law's hubby. Thank you for being like a second family to me. I will miss all of you. I wrote a similar email to John's wife and gave her my attorney's name and number if she wanted to go see the physical evidence herself. It would have to be in my lawyer's office. Personally, I think my lawyer's going to try to get John's wife to give her a retainer. I also sent a group text for them to check their emails. Then I blocked Emily's family. To the email I attached a photo of John and Emily kissing goodbye in the hotel parking lot, and a photo of the contents of John's Valentine's Day card to Emily. It was explicit. Finally, I had a link to the recording of Emily saying that I didn't abuse or cheat on her. I just wanted to head that bullshit off ahead of time. OP then goes into details on the letter to Bev's husband. I then left my wedding ring, a printed copy of the same photo of Emily and John at the hotel parking lot, kissing, my lawyer's business card, and a note, "Thanks for your help on this, guys." The note said, "I hope your affair with John was worth our marriage. We are getting a divorce. Contact my lawyer if you have any questions or need to get in touch for arrangements regarding the divorce. Otherwise, get a lawyer, and let's get this over with. If you're truly remorseful, then do me the courtesy of giving me the easiest, most generous divorce possible. I loved you, and I could have forgiven almost anything, except abject betrayal. I would have loved you for the rest of my life." On my way out, I got a call from Emily that I ignored. I put my phone on silent and dropped by the bank. I took out half our money from the various accounts we have: checking, emergency, vacation fund. I have already frozen my credit. When I got to the hotel, I canceled our shared credit cards. I made arrangements to freeze our joint investment accounts so that she couldn't withdraw money from them. They're in my name. Adultery subreddit pro tip. People, if you cheat, make financial arrangements ahead of time in case you get caught. I then got a text from her. I left her on read because my lawyer told me that if she confesses to the affair over text, we can use that as more evidence for the divorce. I'm responding to her texts here only because it's therapeutic to me. Messing with the language writing of her texts because I'm paranoid. Note, OP clarified that Emily used normal language in her texts, and he only changed it to shorthand here to avoid her searching for her comments online and finding this post. This is the condensed version of the past 12 hours or so. WTF is this? I'm divorcing you. Answer her phone. We need to talk right now. Nope. I've had enough gaslighting for a lifetime, thank you very much. This was followed up by a lot of texts demanding I call her or answer her calls. No thanks. Then the text changed. So I presume she got home and read the note and saw what I left. I don't know what you think you know, but I can explain everything. It's not what you think. You're right, Emily. I'm a stupid idiot who'll believe anything you say. Divorce? We love each other. We're supposed to work through this mistake. Mistake? Oops, my wet hoo-ha fell onto John's erect wee-wee. Repeatedly, for almost a year. Oopsie. Look, I know I fucked up, but don't do this, don't leave like this. Finally, an acknowledgement of the affair over text. Zing, right to my lawyer. I never stopped loving you. I never loved him. Another gift from Emily. Zing. Right to my lawyer. Then the tone changed later. Overreacting. Acting like I never loved you, like I wasn't trying to fix things, but you wouldn't let me. Fix things. Okay. Build a time machine, Emily. Build a goddamn time machine. Are you just going to ghost her own wife? Consults Magic 8 Ball. All signs point to yes. Then, her parents showed up at the house. Hoo boy. What the fuck did you do? And then, you had no right to involve my fam like this. Followed by, are you trying to humiliate me? Are you trying to ruin my life? Do you hate me that much now? Kinda. It's complicated. After that comes a barrage of phone calls that I didn't answer. How could you do this? How could you try to turn my own family against me? I'm trying to have them not turn against me. And then, I told you I never loved him. I never loved him. No one cares, honey. Least of all John. I know you love me. I love you too. We can fix this. We can fix everything. And then, just tell me what to do. Tell me how to fix this. I'll do it. Let me get this straight. You wiped your ass with our marriage vows and stabbed me in the back, and now you want me to tell you how to fix this shit? I had to go to Walmart because I forgot to pack underwear, and I don't have a rich sugar daddy to buy me some fancy skivvies from Saks Fifth Avenue. You never loved me if you could do this to me. Fuck this shit. I'm going to have to block her instead of leaving her on red. I don't think I can take this, man. So this is how a marriage ends. No fanfare, no heroic deeds, just whining, crying, anger, and depression. Just like any other divorce, really. Only this is my divorce, and it feels like the end of the fucking world. But in reality, this is all just beginning. I feel this whole process is going to take years. I hope not. My lawyer assures me that, with the evidence we have, it'll go relatively quick. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, what? Relatively quick? Relative to what? Continental drift? At this point, I just want to thank you beautiful men and women who supported and encouraged me. I'd vacuum out all your cars if I could and clean your bathrooms. I just want a falling anvil to hit me in the head and cause amnesia like a cartoon character or a Hallmark Channel movie. I know this is tonally all over the place. I keep second-guessing myself if I did the right thing. I just changed my life today in a fundamental way. I'm wondering if it's a lateral move. I feel like I've moved from a warm cesspool to a cold gray rocky place. Is it an improvement? I feel like I have these scars now, and the one who gave them to me is the one person in the world I trusted the most. I will never forgive her. Now I have to buck up and walk it off like a real man because feelings and tears are weak and a turnoff. I just want my mom. Update 5. Emily sends an email describing the affair. She says John saved her business, then began pressuring her until she gave in. It was supposed to be once, but he kept pushing for more, and called her ungrateful when she tried to stop. She never loved him, and always loved OP, and hoped their relationship would survive this. Her family has also told her she messed up and understands why OP is divorcing her. OP can't believe she is acting like a victim and doing trickle truth without mentioning how fun she said it was, and the credit card that bought her lots of expensive things. He just wants the divorce to be finished. OP is still ghosting Emily. She has not seen or spoken with him since he said goodbye and left for work the day she was served. Update 6. OP is staying at a friend's rental. His friends take him out and play D&D. He tries to forget about life for a while. OP's lawyer says John's wife Lisa contacted her. They will work together on aligning evidence for their respective divorces. Update 7. OP meets with John's wife, Lisa. They share timelines and evidence. On New Year's, John was vacationing with Lisa and their 3 kids. Then he flew home early. Lisa found a video of Emily going to their house with John that night. OP meets with his mother-in-law. He has a very close relationship with her, especially after his mother passed. She brings him groceries and homemade meals, and tells him he needs to eat more. The mother-in-law asks if reconciliation is possible, and OP says the man Emily married is dead, and the man who is left would treat her horribly. Mother-in-law says Emily is staying with them, and spends all day crying in her room and only comes out to get water. OP suggests mother-in-law gets her in therapy. Update 8. Bev deleted all social media, and OP has no idea what is going on with her. The lawyer received the credit card records of the card John gave Emily. She spent $30,000 over 9 months, including hotel dates, gifts, and even items she bought for OP. She also spent $175 at a sex superstore for John. There is a gag order, so Emily's lawyer doesn't know they have the records. The credit card records infuriate and break OP, who calls Emily a whore with a wealthy John. Any remaining love for Emily is gone. Emily's lawyer has reached out to set up a meeting between both groups. OP can ask one question beforehand to get a full answer. OP asks to describe what really happened on New Year's Eve. Update 9. OP and his lawyer meet with Emily, mother-in-law, and their lawyer. OP has anxiety and takes a pill which makes him happy and floaty during the meeting. Emily's lawyer offers terms which asks OP to try reconciliation for 9 months, and then gets generous terms if they still divorce afterward. OP's lawyer says they will review it. Emily also provides a written answer about what happened on New Year's Eve. OP's lawyer brings up the credit card charges. Emily's party is shocking. Her lawyer stammered and was obviously unaware of the card. Mother-in-law shakes her head, especially at the sex store entry. Emily freaks out and nearly runs away. OP's medicine reacts and he throws up. He then offers Emily his terms, which have been updated to include his fresh puke. Discussions end. Emily's lawyer drops her as a client since he was a family friend doing a favor, and didn't appreciate the lies from her. Emily's written answer about NYE states that she was actually working late with a bridezilla. Then John met her and he drove her to his house so he could call his family, which he had just ditched on vacation. They then had unsatisfying sex, and John did a power play to keep Emily after midnight so she missed her kiss with OP. Here is OP's description of the events of the day. So we had the negotiation today around 10 a.m. Emily, as expected, looked well put together but tired. She had her hair up in a carefully crafted blonde ponytail, and was wearing a very short black dress with a suit jacket. Emily looked at me with a pained expression, and did her fake smile. She was shaking slightly the whole time, and taking these deep breaths periodically. She didn't say anything, but she sure looked like she wanted to. Emily's mom was dressed in a nice sundress and she had done her makeup and hair, or Emily had done it. She smiled at me genuinely, and reached for me but then held back like she realized I was the enemy today. I gave her a little smile and wave. They proceed to review Emily's proposal and other general questions to OP. OP is floaty throughout. My lawyer then pulled out a folder of the credit card records and put it on the table and told Emily's side that we know she had a Visa Infinite card in her name that was billed to John's wedding venue business. Emily immediately tensed up and froze, wild-eyed. Emily's mom's head snapped to stare at her. Emily's lawyer cleared his throat loudly and blinked like 700 times. My lawyer started reading off hotel charges and dates, and asking why those charges and dates coincided with meetings with John in her appointment book. Emily started shaking and stuttering. Her lawyer instructed her to be silent. He said that they were not aware of any credit card, and that they were not notified of this evidence. My lawyer told them that they were notified now, and handed him another folder, with copies of the credit card records. My lawyer then talked about the charges in December that included the toy store, and asked if she bought me and her family Christmas gifts with the card. Emily was breathing heavily, and had a nice flop sweat forming. Not a good look, Emily. Not a good look at all. Her mom said, "What?" Emily's lawyer cleared his throat like a magician's assistant, who knows the trick is about to fail. My lawyer then asked if Emily recognized the clothes I was wearing and could she point out in the card records which charges coincided with them. Emily stood up and looked like she was about to bolt. Her lawyer looked annoyed. My lawyer then asked Emily about the $175 charge at the local name sex superstore. And Emily's lawyer sighed heavily and said that he felt that the meeting had stopped being productive. Simultaneously, Emily's mom looked down at the floor, said, "Oh God," and got up and left the room, her hand over her mouth. Knowing my mother-in-law, the "oh God" was more of a prayer than an expletive. "God, sorry I can't answer my phone right now. But if you leave your name, number, and a brief message." At the same time the sex superstore was mentioned, Emily started going crazy and saying she can explain. "It's not what I think." Emily's shame has entered the chat. Floaty me just sat there like an ape researcher watching monkeys throw their shit at each other like, "Yep, this is happening. How many eggs do I have left at home? Forgot to count this morning." So I had taken the Klonopin an hour before the meeting on an empty stomach, and my stomach was now filing for divorce too. I hurried over to the small trash can, picked it up, and vomited into it. Not much came out other than the expensive bottled lawyer water I had drank earlier. Afterwards, I sat down casually like, "Nah. I didn't just vomit into a trash can. You're seeing things," while Emily was asking if I was sick, and if I was okay. I ignored her. Emily started sobbing and apologizing, and asked to speak with me privately, while her lawyer comforted her awkwardly, while shushing her, and herding her out of the room. Taking the folder and a copy of our offer that my lawyer launched at him as he was gathering his stuff. His face was the color of a tomato, Floaty me observed. I was still sitting there after the door shut, and my lawyer grabbed Emily's business records and told me that she was right, it would be a short meeting. Floaty me looked at my lawyer silently for a bit, and pointed at the vomit trash can. "Can we make that part of our offer too?" For the first time since I met her, my lawyer started really laughing hard. Like a stomach holding laughter. She said she'll mention it. As to what Emily said happened on New Year's Eve, it was something I couldn't have guessed. Emily said she actually did go to the Bridezilla's get-together in order to make an appearance. She was invited but not required to be there like she told me. She met John there because it was John who introduced her to the Bridezilla, and got her that gig. John had a business relationship with Bridezilla's dad, and was invited as well. John and Emily left the venue separately, but met in the parking lot, and John gave Emily a ride to the hotel because she had been drinking. Instead of going to the hotel though, John insisted they go to his home instead, despite her protests. She didn't want to antagonize him, so she went along with it, but complained the whole time about getting out of there by 11:30. They went to his place, he FaceTimed his wife. They had very unsatisfying sex in his marital bed, her words. And she drove him back to the venue where the NYE Bridezilla family get-together was, which was empty by that time. She drove home, having sobered up some. Nauseating. But it's what I needed to hear. I had assumed they went to the hotel, had sex, and then again at his place. Turns out, they skipped the hotel entirely. He drove her straight to his house under the guise of needing to FaceTime his wife at midnight, and to defile their marital bed. Romantic, right? At least she didn't enjoy herself though, right? Right? That makes all the difference. Thanks for watching and sticking around till the end. If you enjoyed these stories, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next drama-filled episode.